Let us see in this problem, there is a big cart M and two blocks M1 and M2 are placed over it, and a force F is applied from the left direction towards right, and we have to find out what should be this acceleration A0 or what should be the magnitude of this force F, so that these two blocks M1 and M2 remains at rest with respect to the big cart M. Now here you will observe when this cart is accelerated in rightward direction, then you will observe this act as a non-inertial frame. And since in non-inertial frame we are analyzing the acceleration of block M1 and M2, so we have to apply a pseudo force on these two objects to find out the acceleration, right? So if it is accelerated rightward with A0 acceleration, then we can say, if we draw the free body diagram of M1, then there will be a pseudo force, acting on this opposite to direction of acceleration of the cart, that will be M1A0 will be pseudo force acting on M1 left direction, and since this is connected with a spring, so T will be acting in rightward direction, right? This will be the free body diagram. Now here you will observe, since it is in contact with the cart, so there will be a normal reaction here acting on the M2 in the direction of acceleration A0, and a pseudo force will act on M2 opposite to direction of acceleration, that will be equal to M2 A0, and its weight will be acting in downward direction, that will be M2 G, and then a tension T will act in this spring, right? Now the question is, for what value of A0? Question is for what A0 M1 and M2 remains at rest. Now since M2 is at rest, then I can say M2 is the downward force equals to T, N2 equals to M2A0. Similarly, if I take the free body diagram of M1, for M1 I can say, the tension T is equal to M1 A0, because this block is at rest, so rightward force should be equal to leftward force. Similarly, when you take at this place M2, I can say M2G is acting in downward direction and T is acting upward, so both these two will be equal, or I can say M1A0. I can say then the acceleration A0 should be equal to M2 by M1 into G. Now if this acceleration is produced in this cart in rightward direction, that is M2 divided by M1 G, then these two blocks will remain at rest, and in that case I can say the value of force F will be equal to total mass of the system is M plus M1 plus M2, and then acceleration is M2 by M1G. This will be the force applied on this cart to keep these M1 and M2 at rest. Is it clear? Now if I say these two blocks are of equal masses, M1 and M2 are equal, then you will observe, if I say M1 equals to M2, then simply what acceleration is needed to keep these two blocks at rest? That A0 will be only equal to G acceleration due to G, and in that case I can say it will be equal F plus 2M into G. This will be the required force acting on this block.